So I absolutely love the Audrey Hepburn biopic casting debate that has been sparked, but I have to fully admit that I do not think there should be a biopic about her. Absolutely not. And I have to completely admit that I was quite disappointed when I heard in 2022 that there was a biopic about her in the works and that they had casted Rooney Mara. But I had come to terms with it because Rooney Mara is an extremely impressive actress. And it honestly does seem like that she would do a really good job capturing Audrey Hepburn's charm and her charisma, and that she would have the emotional depth to capture Audrey Hepburn well. And I know changes have been made to the project since 2022. I'm not sure if the project has been canceled completely or they're going a different direction with a different director. But from what I understand, Rooney Mara has herself confirmed that she is still doing the project and that she is still cast in it. Don't hold me to that though, because there's just not a lot of press coming out about this project. So it honestly could be canceled completely. I don't know. And I also completely agree with the argument that we do not need any more biopics in Hollywood, but that is another argument for another day. But I know that people would get really passionate about who their casting choices would be for an Audrey Hepburn biopic. So instead of arguing over who looks most like her, which by the way, I'm kind of convinced that people don't really know what she looked like besides her iconic makeup looks from her films in her early 20s, but once again, conversation for another day. I would instead encourage you to check out a documentary about her life. I would highly recommend the film Audrey. It came out in 2020, and this documentary was very carefully made. I thought that it did her life and her story justice, and it was honestly deeply emotional and moving. So if you want to know more about her as a person and who she was, check that out. 100% check that out. And no, don't go flocking to the Audrey Hepburn story. Just avoid that. And since her two sons have parted ways since her death in the 90s, they have both separately published many books about her, including Audrey at Home, as well as Audrey Hepburn, An Elegant Spirit, and a children's book, Audrey's Little Daydream, which was actually written in collaboration with one of her granddaughters. But creating biopics about people can certainly feel a bit icky sometimes, and I really prefer that filmmakers just avoid doing it in the first place. And I would also encourage anyone who's taking part in this debate to make a donation to UNICEF, which is an organization that actually saved Audrey Hepburn's life when she was a child during World War II. And she also spent many decades of her life dedicated to saving children through UNICEF as well. I believe I have added a link to it in my link tree, which is in my bio, and I also think I added it to my bio. I'm not sure, but I'll also add a link to the caption of this video. But please watch the documentary Audrey. Let me know what you think because I found it to be incredibly moving. And of course, don't forget to follow for more movie recommendations.